can't believe it's like, I don't know.
Tell you all about the story. Funny, we were both like, oh yeah, I guess. Good afternoon and welcome to Madison High School in Madison, New Jersey at Ted Monica Stadium at Twombly Field for Pope John Lions JV Lacrosse. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's action as the Pope John Lions JV squad at 4-4 on the season take on the Madison Dodgers JV team. We'll give you rosters in just a little bit. Pope John started the season at 4-1, but they are now at 500 for the season, having lost their past 3 games against Scotch Plains Fairwood, Chatham, and Westmore. So you look for a win today. Here's Mike Marston on the draw to get things started, and the opening face-off. It's underneath Marston when you have a whistle. We have a push in the back by Madison, so Pope John will start things up. In goal for the Pope John Lions, number 55, Owen Hoole, and he is backed up today by number 31, Michael Formisano. Here's the offense for Pope John. Number 18, Evan Wyatt, has the ball right now. Changes positions with number 30, Steve Leonard. We'll give you the roster for the JV team in just a minute. Here's the pass down low to Andrew Gallant, number 22. Now to Leonard. Gives it over to Wyatt. Now to Justin Perella. Perella shoved off the ball by the Madison defense. With Madison and their rosters, because the rosters are usually very varsity heavy laden, we don't get a lot of updates for JV team members. We're just going to go with numbers. We'll go with the numbers for Madison for their players. But for Pope John, obviously, we know the names and numbers. Here's Steve Leonard, number 30. Gives it over to Andrew Gallant, number 22. Ball's knocked loose. Picked up by Madison. Number 50 scoops it up. Gives it over to number 21. If you missed it, the varsity team for Pope John went to 8-1 today. 6 goals by Travis Heller, en route to a 10-7 hard-fought victory over the Madison Dodgers. Now, the varsity boys lacrosse team 8-1 on the season and well on their way to a bye in the first round of the Huntington Warren Sussex tournament upcoming, probably about a week or 2 away. Turnover by Madison, so Pope John will start things up. On our first true break, we'll give you the roster for the Pope John Lions as we normally do. Here's Steve Leonard with it. It's tossed backfield into Pope John territory. And a back and forward. So Madison will take over. Here's number 19 for the Dodgers. Ball's knocked loose. 19 picks it back up again for Madison. Steve Leonard on the check there. Here's number 38 for Madison. There's a great story I went over in the second quarter of the varsity game about how the Madison team earned the nickname the Dodgers. Probably won't repeat it here on the JV broadcast. I don't want to go ahead and bore anybody, but if you're interested in finding out, it's a great story. It's on the second quarter of the varsity game. So when you go back and watch that, you can find out. It was actually named after a woman, Geraldine Roosevelt Dodge, who lived here in the early 1920s and 30s. And was a benefactor of sorts. And so it led to that. So I've got the whole story on the channel on the varsity game. So if you want to listen to that. But I was wondering, why are they called the Dodgers? I think a lot of people here in Madison were wondering that too. Here's a shot on goal. Hoole makes the save. And as he does, we've got a flag that's down. So a penalty against Pope John. Steve Leonard called for a hold. So he'll go off 30 seconds. 10-minute running clocks here in JV lacrosse, as opposed to the 12-minute times for varsity that stop with any kind of stoppage in play. They stop the clock as well. Here, they just let the clock run. Here's number 5 for Madison. Here's the shot. Hoole with the save. Nice save by junior netminder Owen Hoole. Hoole passes it out to Andrew Jessamaria. Pops out of his cross. Trying to get after it. This ball's still on the turf. Scooped up by Evan Wyatt, number 18. Here's Wyatt up the left sideline. Wyatt with the pass over to Andrew Gallant. He's got number 5 on him. Gallant takes a shove in the back by number 5. Now Leonard. Over to Perella. Justin Perella takes a swipe. Oh, another big hit by the defenseman there for Madison. Number 21. A big cross check. Yeah, 21. He's going to get flagged for that. It's like the second or third hit in a row that was into the back of a Pope John player. So 21 is going to go off for the cross check. And Pope John will get a man advantage. So it's that kind of physicality that you really hope that the officials call early. And this time they did. They did that. And keep control of the game. It's usually when those calls are not called and it gets worse and worse and things start to get out of control. But a good job by the officials there to make that call and keep things organized, so to speak. No score here between Pope John and Madison. We're 5 minutes in the first quarter. Here's Gallant with the pass. Number 19, Marston up top. We went through the schedule on the varsity game of what we got coming up on the channel for the next week or so. But I also went over the lacrosse schedule for you as well. Marston winds up for the shot. Goes wide, left and out of bounds. The varsity team and JV have a game in Lawrenceville on Tuesday. But what I didn't mention was that JV has a game alone on Wednesday. Just a JV game, no varsity. Just a JV game. Here's the shot by Gallant. And a save by the netminder, number 17 for Madison. Now to pass over. Perella on him. Perella snags it away. Good job by him. Justin Perella. The pass over to Zach Cash. Cash back to Perella. Now over to Marston. Here's Mike Marston on the right wing. Marston looking to move in. It's actually Evan Wyatt. My apologies. It looked like a 9. Here's a shot. Saved by the netminder for Madison, number 17. Those numbers usually are enough of a contrast. It's a dark gold number on a white jersey, but with the overcast conditions out here, makes it a little tough. Plus, my eyes are not as clear as they used to be. Maybe when I was like these kids' age. White ball, so Pope John will take over. Infraction against Madison. It is an overcast day, but it is warm out. High temperatures expected to be in the high 70s, maybe even 80 today, which is a big change from where it was even 3 days ago. It's freezing cold at Pope John High School against West Morris. An overcast day here. We're waiting for warmer days. It looks like they're coming. It looks like I don't see it dropping below 40 again anytime soon. So the days of the 30s and even 20-degree temperatures are by the boards now for at least the next few months, hopefully. Here's Zach Cash. Start planning out some springtime activities in warmer weather. Here's Perella with the shot. Saved by the goalkeeper for Madison, number 17. He's able to get his left forearm on that. So Pope John will start up. Nick Michello with it. Michello. Pass out to the right wing. Ball's loose. Trying to be scooped up. There's Gallant. Andrew Gallant. Now Perella. Evan Wyatt on the right. Wyatt looking to move in. Pope John has controlled most of this first quarter offensively. Just nothing to show for it yet. A couple of nice saves by the Madison goalie. On the opposite side, Owen Hola's had a couple of good saves himself. Here's Gallant. Tipped by the Madison defense, but he gets it. Gallant with the shot. Save by the netminder for Madison. Pope John's able to take that right back. There's Gallant. Nice swipe on the defenseman for Madison. Pass to Perella. Gives it over to Wyatt. Evan Wyatt. Walking back towards the center of the field. Wyatt looking to move in. Wyatt fires. Saved by the netminder. Wow. Number 17 playing goal very well for Madison today. The pass out. Goes past. Jesse Maria gets a check from number 26. Trying to keep it inbounds, and he can't do so. So it's going to go back over to Pope John. Minute 4 and counting here in the first quarter. Steve Leonard will inbound. Here's Leonard up the near sideline. Now cutting back to the center of the field. Bounce pass to Zach Cash. It's on the turf. Pushed forward like a broom. Madison scoops it up. Here's number 18 for the Dodgers. 16. Pass to 47 out of bounds. Who's closest?
51. 51 White.
A penalty against number 51, Andrew Jessammaria. So Jessammaria is called for the infraction. Well, push against Jessammaria, and Madison will have the man advantage. Clock's down to 22 seconds to go. Madison was closest to the ball there going out of bounds. Ten seconds to go. Madison's going to not have much time, if any at all. Here we go. Clock starts at 2 seconds. 1. And there's the buzzer for the end of the first quarter. So that is where the running clock hurts the team in the JV situation. But nothing you can do about it. We are through one quarter here at Madison High School in Madison, New Jersey. It is the Pope John Lions and Madison Dodgers. No score. We'll be back on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube right after this. Welcome back to Ted Monica Stadium at Twombly Field in Madison, New Jersey for Pope John Lions boys JV Lacrosse. Mike Formasano along with you. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Madison, New Jersey as the Pope John Lions JV team takes on the Madison Dodgers. Let's go ahead and give you the roster for Pope John's. We didn't get it to you at the beginning of the game. We start with number 10 is Vic Fiore. Number 11, pulling up the roster right now. I just want to make sure I have it in my hands. Now the wind is not paying attention. Number 11, Hunter Perillo. Number 12, Nick Michelle. 13, Justin Perella. 15, Johnny Pippa. 16, Amir Young. 17, Connor Clifford. Number 18, Evan Wyatt. 19, Mike Marston. Number 20, Hayden Marshall. 21, Matthew Riley. 22, Andrew Gallant. 24, Zach Cash. 25, Jonathan Brugna. 26, Chris Sabella. 27, Emilio Barranco. 28, Jacob Post. 29, Aiden Dialivo. 30, Steve Leonard. 32, Nick Boyanowski. Number 50 is Sutton Fullwood. 51, Andrew Jessammaria. The goalkeepers, number 31, Michael Formasano, also plays defense. And number 55 in net for Pope John is Owen Houle. And that is your roster for the Pope John Lions as we start up play in the second quarter. Number 7 with the pass over to number 19. No score here as we start the second. Madison set up the offense. The pass in. It's dropped. It's the turf. Jacob Post is able to swat away at that. Goes towards the sideline. Trying to scoop it up. Scrum for it still. Steve Leonard's tripped, and we're going to get a call for that. The Madison defender, number 5, trips Steve Leonard, and he's going to get called for the infraction. So next week for lacrosse, the varsity and JV teams will play at Lawrenceville on Tuesday, and then just JV on Wednesday. They have a game on Wednesday, just JV. And then the varsity team plays on Friday, and I think they're actually reversing where they're going to have the JV play at 4:30 and the varsity play after. Shot in, score! Madison hits the back of the net. That is number 16 for Madison to make the score. Dodgers 1, and the Lions no score. So number 16 is able to race in on the right side and beat Houle to the left. And with that goal coming, the 8:50 remaining and counting in the second quarter, it is 1-0 Madison. So So we won't be with you until Friday for lacrosse next week. We're going to be at mostly the baseball and softball diamonds next week. In fact, we're nicknaming it Diamond Week. Not just because diamond is the birthstone of the month of April, but because we're going to be at the baseball and softball diamonds for Monday through Thursday next week. And then returning to lacrosse on Friday. So on Monday, it'll be boys baseball team for Pope John varsity taking on Mendham at Pope John High School. 4:30 start. And then, or maybe 4. They may have pushed it up to 4. Just check your listings. Tuesday, we'll be at Sparta High School as the crosstown rivalry is renewed once again between the Pope John Lions girls softball teams and the Sparta Spartans. Varsity and JV will be down there. We'll cover the varsity. Here's the pass in down low. Pope John has it on the near post. I think that's Evan Wyatt down there. Wyatt being harangued by the Madison defense. Pass out. Oh, there's Evan Wyatt. It must have been Marston. Here's Marston. Mike Marston on the right. Look at hitting the head. Marston with the pass over to Zach Cash. Cash number 24. Cash will slow down. Pops out of his cross. He picks it right back up. Get back to the schedule in just a second. Marston on the left. He's looking to pass it in. Substitution in the game. Zach cashed out for Steve Leonard, number 30. Now the pass comes over to Justin Perella on the right. Perella back to Wyatt. The shot goes wide, right, out of bounds. And Nick Michello's closest. 6:28 counting in the second quarter. Madison leads 1-0. So as I said, we're heading to Sparta for girls softball on Tuesday. Then they're home on Wednesday against North Hunterdon. Pope John girls softball home against North Hunterdon on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we'll travel to Oradell. Shot goes over the crossbar and out of bounds. It looks like Madison's closest, I think. No, they're going to stay Pope John. I don't have the angle that the referees do down there, so. Less than 6 remaining, second quarter. 1-0 Madison. Here's Perella. Yeah, Thursday, we'll head to Oradell to Bergen Catholic High School. And it'll be the Lions. Shot on the crease by Perella. Saved by number 17 and scooped up by Madison. So Madison will take it out. Defense with the long pole along the far sideline. Gallant on him. Now number 7. So after Thursday, the boys baseball team taking on Bergen Catholic, which should be a really interesting matchup. We're back to lacrosse on Friday. And it'll be Pope John against Randolph. That's a road game. And then next weekend, I'm not sure what's going on yet. Shot on goal goes wide left. Out of bounds. Madison's closest. They'll maintain possession. And Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournaments coming up, as well as the state tournament in really 5 weeks. 5-6 weeks. I mean, it's almost here. Crazy how quickly this year has gone. And now with the Easter break being so late, boys and girls only just have another month or so. And then they're preparing for finals. And the end of the school year, graduation for the seniors. Player gets knocked over for Pope John. See who that is. It was Steve Leonard who was pushed over. So, fraction on the play against Madison, and Pope John will take over. No, actually, possession is actually over to Madison, so. No, I was right the first time. Pope John. My apologies. It's tough when I can't get it. Well, now a signal from the referee, and Pope John does start out. So here we go to the left. There's Gallant down low to Michello. Michello to Justin Perella. Perella pass to Wyatt. Now to Marston. Back to Perella. Wyatt with it on the left. Ball's loose, stolen away by Madison. And it's going to come towards the sideline. It's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be Pope John possession. Zach Cash right in front of us with 3:13 to go. Pass in to Perella. Perella on the right. Now backing up top to Wyatt. Evan Wyatt over to Mike Marston. Now down low, Michello. Looking to break in. Michello with the turnaround there. Over to Perella. Justin Perella. Pass to Wyatt. Here's Evan Wyatt. Looking to make his move. Pass down low. Now as Marston had the stick knocked out of his hands. Madison steals it. And here come the Dodgers. Madison along the right side. Fielder in. Number 28, 29. Or the 26 pops out of his cross. Now back to number 19. On the right side. Pass down low. Oh, big check by Jacob Post. Steamrolls number 16 for Madison. 26 looking to work his way in. Wyatt defending. Pass back to 29. There's a shot by 19. Save by Hull. High riser. And he's able to snag that with the big fisherman net. Now Hull takes a swipe for the Madison attacker. It is stolen by 26. The shot on goal. Score. As Hull was out of net. Well, he wasn't expecting to get smacked in the back there on the stick by the Madison attacker. But that's exactly what happened. It knocked the ball loose. And so now 26 was able to come in, scoop it up, and basically toss it to the open net. Bad break for Pope John as they now trail 2-0 with a minute to go in the second quarter. Here's a face-off. Marston fighting for it. Now Leonard. Here's Steve Leonard. Leonard racing into Madison territory. Pass over. Justin Perella. Perella takes a hit in the head. Keeps going. On goal, the shot. Saved by the netminder for Madison, number 17, who was rock solid in the first quarter. Hasn't had as much work to do. Stolen by Perella. Another save by 17. He's been there all game, basically. First quarter, phenomenal. Didn't have as much work in the second quarter, but when they needed him, he's been there. So it's the story of your game so far. The goaltending for Madison and the Dodgers scoring 2 goals on Owen Hull. And at the end of the first half, it is 2-0. Madison leading over Pope John. We're going to start a new feed here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube, but I'll tell you, the break is going to be short. It's going to be literally like go get some coffee, get a drink, maybe a restroom break, and come on back because the clock says 2:45. We'll probably come back with our next feed in 2 minutes. So from Madison High School in Madison, New Jersey, Madison leads Pope John 2-0. We'll be back second half action right after this. Pope John Lions TV on YouTube.